Well, welcome everyone to yoga. I hope everyone is doing fine. So we'll just take a moment to put one hand on our heart, one hand on our belly, and just notice how we feel. We've had a week of rain and now we have some sun. And we had nice warm weather today, and tomorrow it's going to be hot. Today we didn't have socks on, so that's a good sign. Always a good sign when we don't have to wear socks. And here we are. Let's just take a moment. Take a look at those photos or the little pictures and you can figure out how you are feeling today. Just take a moment. And here we are. May is here. A prayer for May. May you be happy. May you stay healthy. May you feel safe. May you find comfort. May you sense peace. May you give love. May you possess courage. May you have faith. May you spread joy. May you be kind. There we are. A nice little message for May, the month of May. So this one is a good one because we're going to be talking about mindfulness. So when we start talking about it, this will make sense. It's okay to cry when there's too much on your mind. The clouds rain too when things get heavy. Sounds a little confusing, doesn't it? But it is okay to cry if you feel sad or if there's too much on your mind. So let's just take a moment to talk about our challenge for the month of May, which is mindfulness. And we have talked about mindfulness before, but this month our challenge is we are building on our mindfulness practice. So during the month, just start to take notice of moments when you're feeling scattered, stressed, or anxious. Now, you could choose a daily activity like eating or doing the dishes or brushing your teeth. That's what it says here. And do it mindfully. Take a few deep breaths and focus on the task at hand. When your mind gets filled with thoughts, notice them and then come back to stillness in your mind. So doing simple daily tasks mindfully might have an impact on your health and well-being. So maybe you could get everybody in your family doing this. So this is the challenge. So we're a little behind because we didn't start it last week. But mindfulness. What is mindfulness? Paying attention on purpose in the present moment, non-judgmentally. That sounds all very difficult and hard, right? Let's just see if we can help ourselves out by saying it a different way. So paying attention on purpose. So this is really notice how you are feeling. Okay, so really notice how you're feeling, and that could be good or bad. That's okay. In the present moment means slow down and focus on what is happening right now. So don't get hung up on things that have been in the past and don't get stressed about what's going to happen. So just slow down and focus on what you're doing right now. And non-judgmentally. Oh, sounds like a big word, doesn't it? So that means notice your thoughts, good or bad. Then get on, let's move this up here, with life. All right? So non-judgmentally. Doesn't matter. Just notice your thoughts, good or bad, and you don't say, oh, that's good, that's bad, and get all stressed out about it. Just say, oh, that's how I feel. I'm just going to get on with things now. If you are sad, then cry. And if you are happy, then laugh. So there you are, good or bad. If it's good, you can laugh, and it's bad and you feel like crying, go ahead and cry. So that goes back to what we were just saying about the clouds. When the clouds get full, they just rain. And if you want to cry, just go ahead and cry. So that is mindfulness. Sounds very confusing, but if you just think about it and just are aware of paying attention on purpose and really notice how you're feeling in the present moment, so slow down and focus on what is happening right now, non-judgmentally. Notice your thoughts, good or bad. Then get on with life. And remember, if you are sad, cry. And if you are happy, then laugh. Okay? And another way we can do mindfulness, and this is like just being in the present moment and noticing what is happening now, is just stop. And what do you hear? So stop for a moment. You can close your eyes and listen for the sounds around you. Listen for two far away sounds. Listen two nearby sounds, and then two sounds right beside you or inside of you. And we've done that before, right? So that's mindfulness. So it's not a new thing to you. You've been doing this for a while. So if you want to just stop for a moment and just notice sounds that are around you, and then listen for sounds that are far away, sounds nearby, and then sounds right beside you, or maybe even inside you, maybe your breath. That's mindfulness. Now, if we go back to our challenge, it says, during this month, start to take notice of moments when you're feeling scattered, stressed, or anxious. And choose a daily activity like eating. Here we go. I sent this to you. Food adventures. Food adventures. Here we are, our food adventures. And they say, for this is part of the challenge. This is like helping you to do your challenge. You could do it about eating. Try eating silently and enjoying the flavors of your meal, and discover the textures, smells, and tastes of the food. Think about where the food came from before arriving on your plate, and be grateful for healthy food. Now that was on the sheet I sent you, Food Adventures. There was a picture and also what I just read to you. So if you want to print that off so you can think about doing that during the week, that would be great. So that's helping you do the challenge of mindfulness this month. And of course, taking a moment to meditate is always a great thing to do, right? And I still have this one with the beautiful blossoms. There's the beautiful blossoms. They will be coming soon. So let's just take a moment. You can close your eyes, listen to the music, or look at the beautiful blossoms. Just take a moment and get settled. And come to a quiet stillness. Start to lengthen your breath as you lengthen your spine. Just allow your shoulders and chest to open with each inhale. Place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. And just take a moment here to feel the rise and fall of your long, slow breath. Turn inward and check in with yourself. Fill your mind with gratitude and turn up the corners of your mouth into a smile. Fill your mind with a feeling of positivity and be in this moment. And listen to the sound of your long, slow breath. If your mind wanders, don't worry. Just come back to focusing on the sound of your breath. Everything is perfect. Everything is okay. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. And may the thoughts and words and actions of my own life contribute to that happiness and that freedom for all. And let's just bring our palms together. And then touch the thumbs up here to your third eye. May your thoughts today be kind, positive, and productive. Now bring your thumbs to your lips. May your words be kind, positive, and productive. And now bring your thumbs just to touch your heart center. May your actions be kind, positive, and productive. And may you start each day with a grateful heart. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. There. And you know, yoga and what we learn in yoga is really mindfulness. So we kind of talk about mindfulness every week because we always talk about just letting things go, which is mindfulness. And just being patient. And we always remind ourselves just to accept. Just accept who you are and accept other people the way they are. Just accept things. And of course, we always take a moment for gratitude, don't we? So, you know, I always have an empty basket, and you always fill it up for me, which is lovely. So, Make sure I don't miss anybody. There's Claire. This one's for you. And Sarah. There's yours. And Megan. And Jennifer. And Kathy. There we are. Now my basket is not empty anymore. Thanks to you girls. I'm grateful for you. Our little, oh, there. Peace begins with a smile. Lovely. So let's just take a moment again, just put one hand on our heart, hand on our belly. Just notice how we're feeling before we have our story. The book I have today, although we didn't have this one very long ago, but it's perfect because it says, I Am Peace, a book of mindfulness. So of all the books to start our mindfulness month of May, this is the one to read. There we are. See if the book will help us understand a little bit more about mindfulness. And of course, we know it's by Susan Verdi and art by Peter H. Reynolds. There are times when I worry about what might happen next and what happened before. The thoughts in my head are like rushing water, and I feel like a boat with no anchor, being carried away. I give myself a moment. I take a breath, and then I tell myself, it's all right. I feel the ground beneath my feet and steady myself, and start to notice the here and the now. My thoughts begin to settle, my mind begins to clear. I am peace. I can watch my worries gently pop and disappear. I let things go. I can say what I feel inside out loud. I know myself. I can share kindness with others. I make a difference. I will move you because then you can see what has dropped down here. The seed. I can hug a tree and thank it for its beauty. I connect to nature. I can watch the clouds make shapes against the sky. I know wonder. I can taste and smell and touch and hear and see what all is all around me. I use my senses. I can feel my breath. I fill my whole body. I tune into me. Now the water is still and I have found my anchor and everything is all right. I don't need to worry about before or after. I am in this moment. I am peace. Now I share my peace with others and hope that it is carried away to those who need it. And I dream we are peace. So hopefully we will learn to be in the here and now. When we understand ourselves better, we see beauty, we act with kindness, compassion, and empathy. And when we learn to pause and be present, we find our calm, our center, our peace. When we feel our own sense of peace, we can share it with others. So this story, I Am Peace, is a reflection of the power of mindfulness in all of our lives. Now, we've thought very deeply and had a lovely story about mindfulness. We can move and do some movement and do something good for our bodies, right? So I will go and sit. Here we are. Let's take a moment just to sit, adjust ourselves, sit nice and tall in the chair or on the floor. You have a cushion so you can get your back nice and straight. And now we're going to start our slow warm up, doing our cat and our cows. So just sliding our hands back to our hips, sliding our hands down to our knees, and sliding our hands back and looking up, sliding our hands to our knees and curving into a cat, and then sliding back into a cow, and then sitting up nice and tall, one hand beside, and just reach over and then go the other way. Reaching up nice and slowly, and when the arm goes up, just hold it there for a moment and stretch. Really give that arm a stretch over. So your side of your body here opens up. There. Lovely. Hands back onto our legs. We're going to go back into our cat and cow. Sliding the hands to the knees, curling into a cat. Slide the hands back to the hips, looking up into the cow. Sliding into the, curling into a cat. Sliding back, looking up into a cow. And just sit nice and tall. And then reach up high, reach up, and grow, grow, grow. And then just drop those on hands. One hand on your knee, one hand behind. Go over your shoulder with a nice tall spine. And breathe. Lift those arms up, sweep them over. One hand on your knee, one hand behind. Nice, long, slow, deep breath. And lift those arms up and over. One hand on your knee, one hand behind. Nice, tall spine. Really sitting tall, looking over the shoulder. Lift those arms up again. Over to the other side. One hand on your knee, one hand behind. Nice, tall spine. And lift those arms up. Reach up, reach up, reach up. And then bring those arms down as you breathe out. Bring your hands to your knees and start those cat and cows again. Just so we can get our spine all straightened up for all that twisting we did. There we go. Whew. Now sit nice and tall. Maybe you feel you can sit taller. I do. I can sit nice and tall now. Oh my gosh, that made a difference. Warming up my spine like that. Bring my feet together. Bring my feet nice and close to my body, sitting up nice and tall. Knees are bent, feet are together. Sit up nice and tall in our butterfly pose. Breathing in and out nice and slowly. Just bring your knees together, slide your feet forward, and just give those legs a shake. Sit nice and tall. And then we're going to roll onto our hands and knees, onto our tabletop position. Move cushions out of the way, move blocks out of the way. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Start doing a big hip circles. Around and around we go. Big circles. Those hips. Big circles. Hips go right down to the ankles. And then the other way. Nice big circles going the other way. And then you go the other way again. There we are. Now, warming up our hips. Just take a moment to come to our tabletop again. So notice your hands and your knees and your hips. Arms are strong and straight. And your knees are under your hips. Nice flat back, looking down at the mat. Then one leg's going to go up. And then lift the opposite arm up. So we're in our balancing table. Might be wobbly, that's okay. And bring that hand down and bring the leg down. Get yourself nice and organized in your tabletop. The other leg goes out. And the opposite arm goes up. Balancing table. Bring the hand down. Bring the leg down. Get yourself ready again. Other leg goes out. Opposite arm. Using your muscles to help you balance. Get everything warmed up. Arm down, leg down. Organize, and then leg goes out. Arm goes out. Balancing table. And hand comes down, and leg comes down. All right, we've warmed up our arms and our legs. And just place those hands a little bit further forward, not too far forward. Because now we're going to stretch back. Let our hips go down to our extended child pose. So knees are together, hips are down, arms are straight. Then just rock yourself forward and stop when your shoulders get over your hands. Now we're in a little plank pose. And just push yourself back so your hips go down nice and slowly. Stretch your arms out in front. Extended child's pose, just stretching the arms. And then lean forward, rock yourself forward. Stop when your shoulders get over your hands. Stay here and breathe. And then you can push yourself back. Hips go down, arms are straight. Rock yourself forward again. Shoulders are over the hands. Arms should be feeling nice and strong now. Done this a few times. Push yourself back. Bring your hands closer. Open up those knees. Now you can go into a child's pose. Head goes down. Hips are down. Arms are down, resting. You're just going to have a little rest after all that hard work. Nice, slow, deep breath here. And just push yourself up nice and slowly. Bring the knees together. And now reach your hands to the end of the mat. And then drop the elbows, drop the head, keep the hips up. So now we're in our puppy pose or melting heart pose. The head is down, hips are up. Nice slow deep breaths. Just push yourself up nice and slowly. Come back and open up those knees again. We're going to go back into our child's pose. So hips go down, head goes down, and then arms are out in front. Just let your body be soft as you melt into this child's pose. Those big toes together. Now push yourself up. Bring those knees together. We're going to get into our downward facing dog. So get your hands onto the mat or onto two blocks. Curl the toes under. And push your hands and your feet into the mat. Stretch the legs and the arms. So now we're in our downward facing dog. Feel the stretch on the legs. See if you can stretch even more. Legs are stretched, arms are stretched, heads down. Downward facing dog. Some deep breaths here. And just walk forward to your hands. And touch the mat. Heads down. We're going to go forward fold. The knees are bent a little, that's okay. And just go bring your hands up, sweep your hands up to reach it up high, and then bring your hands to heart center. There. Just take a moment to feel that your feet are connected to the mat. Maybe lift and spread your toes. Yeah, we are. Put your toes back down. And your ankles are under the knees. Knees are under the hips. Hips are under the shoulders. Pull these muscles here, your tummy muscles, pull them in. That helps to make you grow a little taller. There, take some deep breaths. And we're going to reach up tall and then sweep our hands down. Touch the mat, our heads down, and touch our knees. Our head is up, looking down, and our back is flat. Touch the mat, head down. Keep the hands up, reaching up. Bring your hands to heart center. We'll do that again. Reach up, sweep the hands down, touch the mat, head down. Lift your hands to knees, flat back. Hands to mat, head down. Sweep the hands up. Reach up high and bring your hands to heart center. Reach up again. Sweep the hands down. Head down. Fingers touching the mat. Hands to knees, flat back. Hands to mat, head down. Sweep those hands up. Bring your hands to heart center. All right, now reach those hands up high. Reach them up high. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Then sweep the hands down, 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 down. Sweep them up behind. Head goes down. Wave to the sky. Pushing into the mat, bend the knees. Sweep the hands up and stop with your hands, your arms over your ears, and your knees are bent. You're in chair pose. And push up. Looking up, sweep the hands down. Wave to the sky, heads down, fingers are up. Pushing into the mat, bend the knees. Sweep the hands up, stop in chair pose. And then push up, look up, and then sweep those hands down. Head down, wave to the sky, bend the knees, push into the mat, sweep the hands up, stop in chair pose. Then look up, and then just let those arms come down. Just have a moment to rest in mountain pose. And let's step our right foot forward, left foot goes back. The right toes are pointing the short end of the mat. The left toes, the back foot is pointing to the long end of the mat. Have a square knee. Make sure you can see the front toes. Arms go up. Turn to face the front fingers. You're warrior two. So your legs are strong and your arms are strong. Let's have a little rest. And bring the arm up over your ear. Keep that shoulder up. Reach, reach, reach. Breathe deeply, and sweep back into warrior two. And back hand goes down, front hand comes up. This is peaceful warrior. Hold it there, keep those legs strong. Back into warrior two. Then arms come down. Point the toes the same way. And bend at the hips. Down to touch the mat. Walk your hands past one leg. Stretch the leg and bend the knee. Then the other way. Bend the knee, stretch the leg. Walk your hands back the other way. Bend the knee, stretch the leg. Walk your hands back to the other side. Bend the knee, stretch the leg. Come to the center. And hold your elbows. And you're a ragdoll. And hands on the ankles. Just come up nice and slowly. You're a star. Oh. Bring those arms down. We're going to face the other way. So now the left foot's facing the short end of the mat. The right foot's facing the long end of the mat. Bend it into a square knee. The arms go up. Nice and strong arms, strong legs. Face those front fingers. Oh, you're strong, right? Have a little rest on the front leg. Bring that back arm up. Arm goes over your ear. Reach, reach, reach. And back into warrior two. Back hand comes down, front hand comes up, so you're in peaceful warrior. Back into warrior two. Arms come down, point the toes the same way. Bend at the hips. We'll do our little walking hands again. So walk those hands past one foot, bend the knee, stretch the leg. Now walk the hands back past the other foot, bend the knee, stretch the leg. Keep walking to the other side, bend the knee, stretch the leg. Walk the hands back again, bend the knee, stretch the leg. Come to center, hands on ankles, slide up nice and slowly. Going to be stars. Arms come down. Walk our feet together. Have a little shake. Stand in mountain pose for a moment. Hands just on your waist at the back. Just a nice gentle look up to the ceiling. That's all we need to do. Deep breath in. Come back to mountain pose. We're going to go back onto the floor using our downward facing dog. So get your hands and your feet ready for downward facing dog. I put my hands on blocks and my feet go back. So now we're downward facing dog. Nice straight legs, straight arms. And just put your knees on the mat. Nice and slowly. Got your blocks, put them away. And let you have a little chance for a little rest. Keep the big toes together, knees apart. Hips go down, head goes down. Just rest the arms, just rest your body. Ooh, that was hard work, wasn't it? We did a lot of work. We're just having a little rest here. Child's pose. So take some nice slow breaths here. And slowly push yourselves up. Bring the knees together. And then you can just twirl around. Lie on your back. Knees up in the air. Feet flat on the floor. Hands on the floor. Push it to the mat with your feet in your hands. Lifting up your hips into our bridge pose. Don't forget to breathe. You've got your hips up there. And let your hips go down nice and slowly. Ooh. Just let your hips rest on the mat. And take a deep breath in as you lift the hips again. And just keep breathing. And let the hips go down. Oh, nice and slowly. Let your hips Let's get settled and supported by the floor. Bring one knee up, give it a hug, and then just pop that ankle on to your knee. There. And step the palms face up. Rest your arms on the floor. Just let your body be soft. Let this knee just fall away. Feel your body being supported by the floor underneath you. And slow breath. Bring that knee up. Give it a hug. Put that foot down. Bring the other knee up. Give it a hug. Help the ankle onto the knee. We're on the other side now. Our reclined pigeon pose. Palms face up. Rest your arms. Bring that knee up. Give it a hug. Close it down. Those two knees together. And let them fall to one side. Arms go out into a T. Look away from your knees. Nice slow deep breaths. And slowly bring the knees up. And just keep them together as they drop to the other side. Look away from your knees. Nice slow deep breath. Bring those knees up. Give those knees a hug. Roll from side to side. Feels so good on the back. And just put the feet down nice and slowly and gently. And then you can get ready for Shavasana. You can sit in the chair or lie on the floor. Just let your bodies relax. Let the toes relax and the legs relax. Your hips and your back, shoulders and arms and fingers. Let the jaw relax and the tongue relax. Just think to yourself, kind thoughts, kind words, kind intentions. Just slowly start to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Move your head from side to side. Just roll over to one side. Push yourself up slowly. Come up to seated. Put one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Just notice how you're feeling now. Just come up to seated. Come and join us. We still have to do our little yoga move with our eyes and our little yoga move with our lips. And have love in our hearts. Keep it there as we go through a week of mindfulness. All those things that we have to do, or not have to do. It's a good thing to do, I think. When we practice our mindfulness challenge, right? And when you're eating this week, just take a moment. Eat silently and enjoy the flavors of your meal, all right? So now we'll just share our love and kindness with each other. Oh, I've got your love and kindness here in my heart, and I'm going to keep it there. Help me this week. So thank you so much for coming and sharing this time. And
Namaste.
yes, namaste to all of you.
Namaste.
Bye.
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 No, is it more yoga between Victoria Day?
Let's do Travel USA for two.
I'll let you know. Victoria Day's on a Monday, so it's fine. We do yoga on a Thursday, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
We'll still do it. Bye.
good. Bye.
Travel for more.
Bye.